Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time I will be looking at another beer from Southern Tier Brewery in Lakewood, New York. It's their 2X IPA. This came to me as part of the prize that I won as from Chad's Beer Reviews in the raffle he did a month or so ago. So this has travelled all the way from Lakewood, New York to Albany, New York, where Chad bought it, and come all the way over the Atlantic to me in Saltaire in West Yorkshire, in England. I've wanted to drink this one quite fresh. I've learned recently, got to drink those hops fresh or they're just going to be massively disappointing. Yeah, a couple of Free Floyd's bottles. Alpha King, Gumball Head just was too old. Absolutely gutted about that. So I wasn't going to make the same mistake with this. So yes, 2X IPA, Southern Tier, 8.2% I think, or 8.1. It's an India Pale Ale. It is, as it says on the bottle, brewed with 4 varieties of hops and 3 types of malt. I've had this chilling for a bit. I can smell it. It's a good sign. Nice and fresh IPA. Let's get it in the glass. Yeah, pouring quite pale. I'm liking this 355 measure of a double IPA. A lot of double IPAs tend to be in bombers, which when you've got a beer that is 8 point something, 9 point something, you don't want that much really. But it's a good measure for a beer this size. Lots of big bubbles clutching to the edges of the glass there. Really nice and clear. Some bubbles jumping up from the bottom of the glass. But yeah, nice clear, kind of a pale gold. But yeah, and a bit of a half a finger of kind of soapy white head there. But yeah, it's a good looking beer. Let's have a sniff of this. That's lovely. There's a lot of citrus in there, kind of orange peel, pineapple, maybe a hint of mango, like maybe a bit overripe mango. But one thing that's surprising me, there's kind of like a Belgian yeast quality to it, slightly estery. Yeah, like you're getting a saison maybe. That's fascinating. Wasn't expecting that at all. Yeah, kind of like that kind of candied estery kind of thing you get with a Belgian yeast strain, like a saison yeast strain. It's probably not, but yeah. Not what I expected. I expected big, fresh, fruity kind of hops in there, but yeah, it's there. That is there. I'm not denying that. There's citrusy kind of hops going on in there, but that yeast estery, yeasty esters were quite unexpected. Let's get a taste of this. I've had the pale, I've had the normal IPA in the past, and I've had the unearthly. I want that. For me, that didn't do it. It wasn't a great beer. One of those that I had to pour away, I'm afraid. Don't like to do that, but sometimes it's just not going. So, nice clean body, really nice and smooth. Easy drinking that for a beer over 8%. It's not driving me wild, but I guess that's double sweet. I've been kind of the thing that did turn me off double IPAs, Imperial IPAs, was the unearthly. Just too much chewy malt in there. It just didn't cut it for me. But this is much better than that. Much better. Nice and fresh. Yeah, it's a big. You can tell it's a double IPA. There is a booziness in there. There is lots of grapefruit, but there is that kind of pale malt body, which is slightly, clearly loads of malt in this to get that ABV up. You can taste that. There's kind of a sweet candied thing going on, and then in there, hits a real kind of a bit of alcohol, to be honest, and then that kind of yeastiness is in there, definitely. But it's this blend of hops and malt coming together at a certain point and making a real quite bitter bite, but with quite a lot of sweetness. Yeah, a lot of pithy orange in there. Load of grapefruit just now. Ending really nice and juicy, and really nice and juicy finish on it. Grapefruit. Pithy orange. It's not like their normal regular IPA. That's what I was expecting. Because the pale ale seems to be like a little brother to the IPA. We've got a lot of similar characteristics, that kind of tin mandarins, like tangerine kind of thing going on. And I were expecting what you get finding the IPA, but just kind of upped a bit. And it's not. It's really interesting. I'm quite relieved with that, because there's a certain synthetic quality to their normal IPA, I think. But it's pretty good. It's a decent double IPA. I'd like... The aroma's not driving me wild. That yeastiness, I don't think... It's not doing it for me. About the kind of yeasty, alcohol-y kind of thing, I think, what you sometimes find in Belgian beers. But it tastes it's really good drinking beer, that. Really nicely bitter, but very well balanced. Not too big and chewy, which was, as I said, the problem that I had with double IPAs for a while. So, recounting, fantastic looking beer. The aroma, kind of an IPA, but with a slightly kind of Belgian yeasty thing. That's probably my least favourite thing about it. But I'm being picky, to be honest. I'm being very picky, because it does taste pretty good. Yeah, but for a double, you're always going to get a bit of alcohol, and it should be balanced out with plenty of malt. So it's doing its job, but for me personally, it's not my favourite smelling IPA. But tasting, plenty of bitter hops in there. Backed up with a nice malty body, not getting too chewy, not getting overly sweet, keeping very easy drinking. It's not my favourite double IPA, and it's not my least favourite. It's really solid. It's a really solid double IPA, and for that kind of ABV, I think it was 8.1. It does drink really well, and I'm not going to have any problems finishing that off. So yeah, so we've been looking at Southern Tier's 2X IPA. It's pretty good. It's not going to change the world. It's not going to be like at the top of Rate Beer or Beer Advocate or anything like that. But it's not a bad beer. Obviously, in these situations, I'm here to be relatively critical about a beer. So I guess I might be relatively picky about it. But I am enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. It's a really nice IPA, but maybe just not the best. So yeah, it's worth trying if you see it. I know it's Southern Tier's beers are periodically available in England now, which is really good. I think I've seen them available. I think Peter, the master of Hoppit, so you can get them over in Denmark, and obviously in a lot of states in America, especially over the East Coast, you can get this beer. So it's definitely worth a go. So get out to your liquor store or your beer shop or whatever you want to call it. Try some Southern Tier beers, because I think they're one of the better American beers that are definitely coming over to England at the moment. I'm excited about them. As you can see, I've got a couple of bottles here. I've got a bottle of pumpkin, a bottle of mocha. So yeah, they're definitely worth trying. So I'll see you soon. But thanks for joining me for this video beer review, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.